Evening all. Welcome to... I don't actually know where I am. Whoops. Ah! The two nearest items that's on the map are Lily Tarn, which is over there somewhere, and Todd Crag, but Ambleside is over here, and over my shoulder is Windermere. And I came up here to shoot the iconic view, the wall leading you down towards the lake with what should be a stile going over the wall. The stile's gone. It's not here. I've made the effort to get up here. I didn't shoot any B-roll at all because I just wanted to make sure I found somewhere to park, made sure I found the footpath. It wasn't particularly easy to find, and then get up here and find this view. And it's taken me, I'd say, about 40-45 minutes to find my way down from Ambleside, down there, up to this view. And it's gone. I don't believe it. In fact, there's a piece of it down here. I took a picture of it on my phone. And I'm just so disappointed. But do you know what? I'm here. I've made the effort. I'm just going to do it. I'll create an image that doesn't have the stile, and in that way then it'll be different to everybody else's image that preceded this one. And I'll come up here in 6 months' time and they'll have rebuilt the darn thing all over again, but hey, there we go, never mind. Sunset's about an hour away, if that. I've given myself plenty of time. I'm going to have a look around. I have taken some mobile phone images because it's just so pretty behind me. There is the promise of good light. There's plenty of texture up in the clouds. It looks like there might be a break, and I went to Surprise View yesterday and it was completely grey, completely and totally flat, and I turned away from Surprise View. I thought, you know what, it's just not going to turn into anything. I got 50 metres down the road and all of a sudden there was a break in the sky and there was this pink strip, and I just rushed back, desperately trying to make something of it. I'm not sure that I did. If I did, you're going to see it now. But one thing that experience taught me was come up here, have a go, and wait and be patient, because you just never know what's going to happen. Now, having found the view, I'm going to have a look around because there are various outcrops and bits of rock around me. So I'm going to have a look around. I've got an hour, I've got plenty of time. I've found this spot. And just a note on using mobile phones for taking snapshots. Mobile phone technology, I mean, it's come on massively over the last few years. And I use my mobile phone like a notebook, a way of recording possibilities. I mean, there is an argument that says that the mobile phone is just as capable as the camera that I'm looking into right now, but I still rely on a proper camera, and I use the mobile phone as a notebook. Also, the mobile phone is capable of taking map coordinates, dropped pins, call it what you will, and now I've found this space, this spot, I've dropped a pin, so I want to come and find it again. I know that I can. So I'm going to have a quick look around. I'm going to leave the tripod here and I'm going to have a little bit of a wander about and see what else I can find. Right, okay, so There's this lump of rock took my eye, and on its own, sort of this high, it didn't really work for me, because you've got Ambleside there, you've got all that stuff, and now it's actually getting dark, the lights are coming on. If you actually get down relatively low, see how Ambleside actually starts to disappear. Now that's not a particularly good composition, and it's not really something that I would shoot, if I'm perfectly honest, but I was just trying to use it as a demonstration of how changing the height of your camera can make a huge difference to the number of objects that appear in your frame. I've done the same over here. The fact that the stile's not there was just sort of irritating me a little bit. There's just a gap. You can see it here, look, there's just a gap in the wall, and I thought, what else could I find that could make use of that wall? And sort of something there, but again, the height of the camera is really, really crucial, because what you don't want, or what I don't want, is that rock there interfering with that wall, because that wall is actually helping to lead the eye down to the lake. Now the bit that I don't like about it is the fact that, bear with me a minute, is the fact that I've got, where is it? I've got some blank space here. So I was trying to move around. Please don't ask me why I just said move, but I did. And sort of, I don't know, there-ish was about the best that I could find and still keep the lake in the distance. To move around a little bit more. There's actually a composition behind me that I found that I quite liked. So there. Now there's a little bit better. Let me just bring the camera up slightly so you can still see the lake. And the thing that saves that composition for me is the fact that there's a rock outcrop. There's one just there, and there's another one right next door to it. So it helps to fill that space and provide an item of interest, rather than it just being plain old brown. Now, the other composition that I found was this gap in the rock. What I was trying to do was use it to help suggest. So there's a wall, where is it here? There's a wall here, and then there's another one that tees off into the distance. And I was trying to use, let's get the camera level, trying to use that split to help lead the eye up the frame and then off into the distance. Now that kind of works. It's slightly contrived, but it does kind of work. The only thing that's not wild is there's not really a huge amount in the distance to look at, and even if I make it portrait, it's not much better. So nah, I don't think that's going to work for me. And I can't remember whether I played with any other rocks trying to look at our wonderful view. So the other composition that I had to look at was sort of that one, and that again is pretty strong. I've actually got the suggestion of a leading line here taking me out to the wall and then back down again, and then the wall disappears into the distance, and then you've got the lake. And that's probably even that one all the way over there with that lump of rock. That's okay, but I think that as an alternative is probably the stronger. Now this video camera shoots in 16:9, so the original, the photography view, it'll have more on top and it'll have more down below, which gives me more scope to include some sky. So I'm not really sure the sky is going to do a huge amount, but I'm going to persist and give it a wiggle. I'm just going to have a quick look at the time whilst, see, look, camera's all set up. So sunset is in approximately 5 minutes. Right, persist, take some more images, and then I think I'll try that alternative view. You can see me. Right, so getting down off this fell in the dark, B-roll. Let's go. I am pleased to say I've reached civilization. No, it doesn't look like it because it's completely black around me, but I have reached civilization. I found my way back down again, and I'm going to make it back to the car, which is great. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, me rambling and talking about how I go about my process of photography. Do subscribe, and then at least you'll see when I add new material. So from outside Ambleside, on a fell, in the dark, thank you very much for watching. Cheerio, and see you again soon.